Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to the Week 8 Pick Show. I'm your host, Jim Sella, live via Skype satellite with Jay Dash and Big Easy.
You know it.
Easy, how's Rilton treating you?
I'll tell you what, the grass is still growing.
That's one thing I don't have to do anymore is cut grass. Dash, how did everybody do last week? We had a good week.
Yeah, I went 5-0. Easy went 4-1, and you and Johnny Parlay each went 3-2. So that's what we want each week.
I like how you start with you going 5-0 first. Like, we all need to know that.
Oh, I went in order of best to worst, and of course I'm first.
What do we got on the docket for this week? Another 5 great games, another 5-0 week for Dash, maybe?
Oh, please believe it. And we're going to start with my game, and I'm going to give you a ton of my stats. Like I said, 5-0 last week moves me to 17-12-1 on the season. I'm actually tied with Easy for best record right now out of all of us. I won my pick of the week, so now I'm 3-3. I'm actually 3-1 in my last 4 picks of the week. Now I'm 101, 91, and 3 all time. Actually, I just tied you, Jim, so I finally caught you in wins. You actually have 24 more losses than me, though.
Yeah, it happens. I've also picked a couple more games.
Yeah, 24 more games.
Believe it.
I'm 92, 78, and 2 in regular season picks all time, and I'm 14-5-1 over my last 20 picks. Easy is also 14-5-1 over his last 20. I'm going to go with
Black.
Go ahead.
On Bet Black, I'm up to $120. I'm 10-3 in my last 13.
You putting a hundo on the Cubbies?
Hundo on those Cubs tonight. 100 wins 70.
Did you take the Islanders the other night when I gave them to you?
I forget what I took that night.
Because they won that night.
Yeah, I think I took them and something else that night. I took 2 smaller bets.
Word. It's all we do.
Money.
It's all we do here. It's the spread is get money.
Get money.
I'm second on the app right now for money this week.
Nice.
Very nice. All right, let's start off here, though. I'm going to go with the Kansas City at Indianapolis game. Kansas City on the road is the favorite again. They are -3. The over-under is 49.5 in this game. And I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts at home as the underdog. If you look, they started out 0-2, but they're actually 3-2 in their last 5 games. Both of those losses were by 3 points. So at worst, I'm looking at a push here, at least I believe. But look, they're still in this division. They're getting Dante Moncrief back. I think they're going to come out and try to play very well and get actually their first winning streak this season. They have yet to win back-to-back games. I think it's going to happen this week. But the Kansas City Chiefs, they've been a lot better at home than on the road. I know they went out and beat Oakland on the road a couple weeks ago and actually beat them pretty handedly. But outside of that, they had 2 road games. They got blown out by the Steelers by 29 points, and they lost by 7 at the Houston Texans. So I think Kansas City isn't the same team on the road. Indy's still fighting for that division. That division is still wide open. I think they're going to get their first winning streak of the season here.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Dash. I was originally going to take Kansas City, but then I remembered us talking about them coming into the Steelers game, and I believe last week even we had them in one of our games. The Chiefs don't play very well on the road. The Colts have got to turn it around, you would think, at some point, right? Being home underdogs might help that out. Andrew Luck's definitely the better quarterback of the two. I don't want to say the Colts have the better offense, though, because I think the Chiefs have been a little more consistent offensively, although when they're on the road, they tend to get blown the bleep out. So this will be an interesting game. Can that Chiefs defense put pressure on Andrew Luck? He's been getting hammered behind that makeshift offensive line they get out there in Indianapolis.
I'm going to go spread solo.
Believe it.
And I'll tell you why.
Spencer Ware.
Yeah, 4 words. Spencer Ware. Jabal Charles. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key for Indianapolis. They got to go out there and focus on stopping that run game for Kansas City's offense, and I think that's the way they're going to go out and beat Kansas City. But like I said, Jim, you said you said Indianapolis needs to turn it around at some point. Like I said, they're 3-2 in their last 5, and they're 2 losses by 3 points, so they're playing close games even when they do lose. They went out, they were playing a close game last week, and the defense stepped up and made a huge play to put it out of hand a little bit. I think Indy's going to go on a roll here. Like Easy said, he's going spread solo. Johnny Parlay is going to say Indianapolis with us.
The Colts are looking to get Dante Moncrief back.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that's big for them. Speaking of Johnny Parlay, we're going to go with his game next. 3-2 last week. Is this when he starts to turn it around? He's 12-17-1 on the season, but like I said, 3-2 last week.
Yeah, brutal. He needs to get on a run. He needs to go 5-0 to be respectable.
Well, to go 5-0, you got to win a pick of the week, and he has yet to do it. 5-1, man. Rough. But he's going with the New England game. New England's minus 6.5 at Buffalo. The over-under is 47 in this game. And he is going to go with you, Jim, and say Buffalo. Why are you guys going Buffalo?
I know we talked about this in the Steeler recap. We both agreed that if Roethlisberger had been out there for Pittsburgh, you would have seen a more ramped up version of the New England offense. New England, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to beat Buffalo this time. They're going to beat them probably, but I just feel like Buffalo can keep it close. Their defense is playing really well. I know Shady McCoy's banged up, but they're still one of the best running teams in football. Really, the key to beating New England is to be able to control the clock, keep Brady off the field, and play good defense. And that's really what Buffalo does. Rex Ryan always gets ramped up for these games. It's at Buffalo, correct?
Yeah, this game is at Buffalo.
Yeah, so, I just think Buffalo can keep it close. 6.5, that means, New England's got to win by at least a touchdown. I feel like they might win by 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go on the other side. Me and Easy are both going to say New England in this game. And actually, their only loss this season came to Buffalo. It was game 4, the last game without Brady. They lost 16-0, got shut out. I think Brady's going to come in. Look, since Brady's been back, they've won by 20, 18, and 11. And look, Tom Brady is, I think it's 25-3 against Buffalo all time. He owns Buffalo. So I think they're going to go out there and try to torch Buffalo, put up 40 points on them. If you look, Buffalo had a 4-game winning streak going at one point, but they went into Miami last week and lost by 3 points. So
yeah, Miami seems to be doing that to good teams right now. The bastards.
Well, yeah, we'll see if Pittsburgh's a good team, and we'll see if Buffalo's a good team. I'm not quite so sure yet, and it looks like LaShawn McCoy might not play in this game. Gillislee's hurt. It might be Reggie Bush in the backfield for Buffalo. I'm gonna have to say New England goes out and do what they've been doing since Brady came back, and that is win big.
See, I don't know. I have a weird gut feeling they're going to stumble a little bit. Mostly because when I looked at the game, I originally picked New England, and since I'm wrong all the time, I had to switch it to Buffalo. So I got to hold out hope.
What do you think, Easy?
Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's a punk.
Although Buffalo is the only team that gives them problems.
Well, like I said, Tom Brady's 25-3 against Buffalo Bills. So they can't give him that many problems, and besides when Brady's out, maybe. Like we see.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a close game. I don't know. Gut feeling. Gutting it out.
It's possible, man. Like
Buffalo's
I said, Johnny
gonna win.
Parlay's going with you saying Buffalo, so we got a spread split going on this one.
Definitely going to lose if Parlay's going with me.
All right, let's go with your game next, Jim. You went 3-2 last week. You're 3-3 in picks of the week this season. You're 7-4 in your last 11 picks of the week overall, and you are 47-41-1 in your last 89 picks overall. So not terrible.
Beast mode.
I wouldn't go that far. You're going with Oakland at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is -1. The over-under is 49.5 in this game.
No, I know I was a little I don't know. I don't know what the word I want to use. KC went to Oakland, and Oakland was the underdog. It didn't make sense. I took Oakland. Oakland lost. Tampa Bay, it's a whole different thing. They're not division rivals. The Buccaneers, what are they? Are they a good team? Are they a bad team? Are they a mid-tier team? Are they a passing team? Are they a rushing team? It seems like nobody knows what the hell they want to do down there. They say they want to be a running team, and I know they're injured at the running back position a little bit, but then they have Jameis Winston out there throwing the ball at a record pace for a Buccaneers quarterback. He's only in his second year. I just feel like Derek Carr and that offense, this Raiders team feels a little different to me. And I know I said that in that KC game, but again, that's a divisional game. I mean, we've seen Pittsburgh lose to Cleveland. You see Green Bay struggle against Chicago sometimes. I mean, those division games are totally different than non-divisional football games. So I think this Oakland Raiders team can go out there. I know it's cross country. I rarely pick a West Coast team coming to the East Coast to be able to win. But the Raiders, as an underdog in this football game, they're clearly the better football team going into the game. Whether or not they'll play better is always a mystery. But to me, I rip on Derek Carr all the time, but this guy's definitely elite for the young quarterbacks in the NFL, not actually at elite status yet.
Yeah. Me and Johnny Parlay are going to go with you and say Oakland as well. And when I really look at how they done this season, did you know the Oakland Raiders are 4-0 on the road? They're playing great on the road. They're much better on the road than they are at home. And if you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're 0-2 at home. So they're actually playing better on the road than they're playing at home. Oakland as the underdog. I mean, we did this before when they were going up against KC. That was actually a home game for Oakland. We didn't know why the line was like that. Really, I don't know why the line's like this either. I don't trust Tampa Bay to win this game, even though they're at home. Like I said, they haven't been playing well at home. Now, they are on a 2-game winning streak right now. They went into Carolina and into San Francisco and won both of those games. Are they going to be able to bring that back home with them is the real question. They haven't showed it yet this season. Oakland looks like a very good team. Outside of that Chiefs game, I mean, they've been playing great football this season. Like you said, Jim, they are the more talented team for sure. They got the better quarterback. They got better receivers out there. The one thing that I think could happen for Tampa Bay is, though, we've seen Jacquizz Rodgers blow up over the past 2 weeks, and Oakland doesn't stop the run very well. So Jacquizz Rodgers could go off in this game, but I'm still going to have to say Oakland wins. Easy's going to go spread solo again.
Please believe.
Phil and Jameis.
2 words.
Jameis.
Crab legs. Yeah, you know what? This is
1 word. Crab tree.
good one. No, this is good. This is that trap game. This is that overlooking your opponent type deal for the Oakland Raiders. I believe Jameis Winston's going to give them problems. Still have like 3 or 4 interceptions, but still, I think they're going to. I think they're just going to pull it out at home, like you said. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Oakland, they're due to lose, if you ask me. If Oakland goes to Tampa and wins this game, then Oakland's the truth.
Hey, there have been people saying Oakland could be a Super Bowl favorite in the AFC.
They win this. If they win these games they're supposed to win, then yeah, we'll see. I mean, like, what are they? They're the underdog here, though? Is that what you had them at?
Yeah, they're the underdog.
Yeah, okay. That's a messed up line.
Yeah, I thought so, too.
But I'm still going Tampa Bay. I just think it's going to be too much. Oakland's been all over the country this year. I mean, their road games, it feels like they were all over the place.
Oakland did struggle a lot on defense early in the season, and Dash, you're right, they don't stop the run well. So if Jacquizz Rodgers does get going, that could be their demise. So I could lose this pick, but also win my fantasy game. So it's really a win-win for me either way.
All right, let's move on here. We're going to save Easy's game for last because that is the Sunday night game. Let's go with Green Bay at Atlanta. Atlanta's -3 at home, and the over-under is 53 in this game. Going Atlanta for you, Jim. What do you say?
Again, making me pick an Atlanta game. What did I do last week? Did I win my Atlanta pick?
You're dead wrong.
Probably lost.
That's why I figured. I'm guessing you took Green Bay and then flipped it.
Yep, that's what happened. I thought the Packers, and then I thought, yeah, if I pick against Matt Ryan at home, he's going to screw me and go out and throw for 500 yards. Julio Jones will get 450 of them, and the Green Bay Packers are going to get annihilated. But now that I picked the Atlanta Falcons, I think everybody else should just pick Green Bay, because no matter what I pick as far as an Atlanta game goes, whether it's for or against them, they screw me every single time, and I hate it. It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah, I look at the Green Bay Packers. They beat some bad and mediocre teams, and they lost to the good teams they played. They beat the Jaguars, the Lions, the Giants, who were probably the best team they beat, and the Chicago Bears, and then they lost to the Vikings and the Cowboys. But actually, the one thing that scares me about this, and I'm taking Green Bay, by the way, but the one thing that scares me is that Green Bay hasn't played a road game since week 2. They played 4 straight home games, so it's been a while since they went on the road. But we remember Atlanta from last season. They started off real hot and they fell off. Jim, you said you thought they were going to start to fall off in that Seattle game. Now, while they did cover in that game, they did lose by 2 points. And then they come back home and lost to the San Diego Chargers. So now they're on a 2-game losing streak. It's the same thing as last season. It looks like they're falling apart. In Green Bay, they're 4-2 right now. They're a pretty good football team. So I think they're going to go into Atlanta and actually win this game.
Block the Packers. They've fallen off. Aaron Rodgers has come back to earth and his molester mustache no longer works.
You're actually going spread solo, Jim. Johnny Parlay is saying Green Bay as well. And Easy, you're saying Green Bay.
2 words. Aaron Rodgers.
What about Matt Ryan, man?
Double check.
Yeah, you know what? All this information, and I have Green Bay there on the sheet.
And you have every Atlanta Falcon in your fantasy lineup.
Yeah, my fantasy team is the Atlanta Falcons, but literally, I don't know. Just what's that spread?
Well, Coleman's hurt.
What's the spread? -3.
-3.
All right,
to Atlanta.
it's gonna end a push anyway.
Push it up.
Yeah, Coleman's hurt, and yeah, that's it. Good one. Spread solo. Atlanta.
Yeah, Green Bay is actually covered this line, the -3, actually +3. Green Bay +3. They covered it all but one game this season, and I see that continuing. All right, Easy. I'm going to go with your game here. You are moving on up, man. 87, 89, and 3 all time. 4-1 last week. 17, 12, and 1 on the season. You're 3-3 in your picks of the week now after starting 0-3. So you won your last 3. You're 14, 5, and 1 in your last 20 picks. You're on a roll. Going with a tough game here, a division game. Philadelphia at Dallas. Dallas is -4.5 in this game. The over-under is 43.5. Real quick, hold up, man. It looks like we lost Jim. We're in our last game. We're going to go through it. I'll tell you right now, Jim took Dallas in this game along with you, Easy. Why are you saying Dallas?
2 words.
Here we go. Tony Romo.
No. Home game. I'm just taking the home team. If it was at Philadelphia, I think I'd be taking Philadelphia. I believe Carson Wentz, they're having a good year. Is that their quarterback? Wentz, right?
Yeah, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, he's a rookie. He's having a good year. But it's like being a rookie for the Cleveland Browns and going to Heinz Field for the first time. It's just going to be a tough environment to play in. I don't see them winning. Zeke. And I hope Romo's not playing because I don't know how you put Romo in there. Dak's been getting it done. Zeke's been getting it done. Consummate professional. Witten there at the tight end. He needs to hang him up soon. But
I'll tell you what,
Dallas.
Philly went out and beat the only undefeated team left in the NFL last week pretty handedly, 21-10. And I do remember from the past, even when I was a kid, Philadelphia always upsetting Dallas. The 4.5 line's a little bit too much for me, man. If you go look, the Dallas Cowboys in their last 4 games, all non-conference games, blew out every team by 14 3 times and 13 once. So they've been just blowing teams out. But if you look through the first 2 games of the season, week 1, they lost a division game. I think I said non-conference. I meant non-division games earlier. But yeah, versus the Giants, they lost 29-19 week 1. In week 2 at the Washington Redskins, 27-23, they won. So they've been playing close games within the division. And I think that's going to continue this week. Philadelphia is going to play them tight. Maybe you're right, Dallas comes out and wins. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, though. Dallas has been playing close division games outside of these 4 blowouts they had the past 4 weeks. But you look, it was the Bears, the 49ers, the Bengals, and they did go beat the Packers, though, last week in Green Bay. So that's one thing you got going for you there. Dallas has been blowing teams out, but it's all out of the division, and I don't believe that's going to continue.
Very finally, well, not finally, but because Steelers had one, but this is a good Sunday night matchup right here.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Yeah, we're going spread split. Me and Johnny Parlay is going to go Philly. You and Jim are going to go Dallas. Like I said, we lost Jim through Skype. We're going to just keep this going and finish it out real quick here. But spread majority is Indianapolis, Oakland, and Green Bay. And the other 2 are spread splits. So why don't you wrap this up, Easy? You got a college pop.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Spread fans, you know them, you love them. Going big Thursday night.
Pitt.
Pitt Panthers, baby. This is the time.
You
I'm
like
telling
that
you.
line, too.
Oh, listen, they've had success against Virginia Tech. The last time Virginia Tech beat Pitt, Virginia Tech's never beat Pitt at Heinz Field, number one. I believe they've played 4 games there. They're 0-4. And the last time Virginia Tech has even beat Pitt in Pittsburgh, it was obviously at old Pitt Stadium. So everything's going against them. Freaking Connor, Quadri Henderson, they better not even kick that dude the ball. Just everything. They're too much. It's going to be too much. And this is a must. Every game for the rest of the season for Pitt is a must win too. So, I mean, they're going to be coming out hard. And it's not a must win. It's close to a must win for Virginia Tech, but Virginia Tech can still lose this. They own the tiebreaker over North Carolina. North Carolina's the one sitting in the lead of the Coastal right now. But I'm telling you what, we're going big on Pitt tomorrow. I don't even. What we see the line at? 4.5.
4.5, I believe it was.
I mean, come on now. I'll take that all day. Let's go Pitt, dude.
Tease it to plus 11.5.
Hell, Pitt. Yeah, if you're teasing, I don't know what numbers you're getting, but if you want to bump them up, we were thinking about the over and under even too. They've been putting up a lot of points, and I was like, oh, over for sure. This might be one of those games where it's like 17-10 at halftime, something like that. 14-10 at halftime. And then just come out and put up 50 points combined in the second half, something like that. So I'm going over on that still.
Oh, yeah, I'd go over for sure.
That's it. I need a college pick. My last one was garbage.
All right, man, wrap it up.
This was the Week 8 pick show, baby. You know it. We're on a roll. Fans, you want to hit us up on Twitter, you could go to @bet_the_spread. You can go to that Facebook page, www.facebook.com/betthespread. Jim, you can hit him up on Twitter @betjimthewin.
Bet Jim to win.
Tell him to get that Skype running.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this video.
Big
Go back
time.
and like all 500 and some videos we had just for fun. You ain't got nothing to do. Just like all our videos.